I want to obtain 3,000 Hard Caskets. Hard clues are mainly dropped from bosses and high-level monsters, which makes the means of obtaining them very slow to obtain. The fastest method of obtaining them, however, is through Ninja Impling jars, which gives hard clues at a rate of 1 in 25. The catch is that the Ninja Implings cost roughly 70k, so on average, I'm losing 1.6 mil per hard clue I obtain. That price tag is not stopping me from achieving my goal though, so along with the Ninja Implings, I will obtain these 3,000 hard clues from whatever means I can. Right now, I'm currently starting at 549 caskets. So today is September 11th, 2024, which is the official start of this grind. I was thinking of ways to go about this grind so I'm being efficient enough. So what I'll be doing is when I'm at home and actively playing, I'll just loot Ninja Impling jars, and I'll be buying quite a lot of these since I have a lot of cash to blow. And then when I'm at work, I'll be AFKing jellies. Alright, I changed my mind about doing jellies. I'm going to end up doing wildy hellhounds for when I'm at work. And for those who don't know, if you wear an imbued Ring of Wealth, it doubles the chances of you receiving a clue scroll, but it only applies for monsters and skilling activities in the wilderness. So now for the setup that I'm wearing full void, and all the pieces are parched, so I don't have to worry about losing them in the wilderness. And with this setup, I have a really good prayer bonus, so I can AFK for quite a while, assuming I don't get PK'd. And speaking of getting PK'd, if I do get PK'd, I'll be losing, well, let me actually deposit my cannon first since they'll be on the ground. I'll be losing about 3.5 mil, and the reason for that is because of my parchment, so it is quite a bit, but not really at the same time. So I'm at the Wilderness Slayer Cave, and Hellhounds are one of those things you can kill off task for some reason, because north of Hellhounds are jellies, which technically would have been the better route to go, but you can only kill them on task. I don't know why. But anyways, so I'm in level 20-ish Wilderness, so I could potentially escape from PKers, but since I'll be AFKing, the likelihood of that happening is very low, but if there is an opportunity somehow, then I can. So, this is the process otherwise, just cannon, AFK, and hope you don't die. So I can't give a good estimate on how long you can AFK here, since the times I can actually pay attention varied greatly, and then there's peak cares to take into consideration, but my first few hours of doing Hellhounds, I did not experience any peak cares, and I was accumulating hard clues at such a good rate. And for those who noticed when I was showing my setup earlier, yes, I was not wearing an imbued Ring of Wealth, I was wearing a normal one. And it did take me a few days to realize that a charge Ring of Wealth is not an imbued Ring of Wealth like I apparently thought. Don't sass me. But even without an imbued ring, I'm still getting a lot of clue scrolls, so that just goes to show how good this method really is. So with this area being in multi, my cannon does deplete rather fast, on average about 40 seconds, which was one of the downsides since I'm trying to be AFK. But even when it does deplete, the Venator bow does at least keep you in combat for a long time, so it wasn't the worst thing. But in about 2 hours and 45 minutes into my session, I got PK'd for my first time. Hang that up on the fridge! Alright, so I have now finished my first day of AFK Wildy Hellhounds, and my god, this was a lot better than I expected. Like, obviously I knew the drop rates were high, but man, I got so many hard clues today. So, in the beginning, I had one hard clue tracked on the loot tracker from some other time. So today, that means I got 70 hard clues. Yeah, that's so good. So for the most part, I was pretty much on top of it as far as refilling my cannon goes. And I did get PK'd about 3 to 4 times, I don't remember at this point. But yeah, just, oh, look at that stack. Oh, that's so massive. I wish I could say the same thing about my, clue caskets. Anyways, when I first started, I had 144 Hellhounds tracked, but right now I'm at 2,996. So that means I killed 2,852 Hellhounds today. So yeah, I love it. It's great. You know what I also love? Have you noticed yet? What's wrong with this? Yeah, this is not Dishonest Quiver because I lost that. So, let me log out first. Alright, my clues are about to disappear. Anyways, when I got PK'd the first time, I parched my void, but I don't know what happened. I guess I didn't remember to parch my quiver, so I ended up losing that. So, that means I have to go back to the Colosseum to get that back. I was in such pain when I realized that. So going back to the Colosseum is one thing, but the other thing is that I need to bless it again. And that's like 100 mil, so that's such a big waste of money. I'm sure the guys who got that were happy. Probably like jerked each other. So yeah, we're off to a really great start with this AFK Hellhounds. But for now, I need to transport all my clues back to the crafting guild. Alright, since I'm... Get away from me, you freak. So I forgot that since I'm using the burning amulet to get to here, it teleports me to the Chaos Temple, whatever it's called, and it has all those Chaos Druids, and nowadays, they teleblock you, which is kind of annoying, honestly, especially in cases like this where I need to transfer my clues, so since that's the case, I have to like log out every time. And I lose out on quite a lot of time trying to transfer my clues, so I need to figure out a solution. Alright, I found a solution. I'm just gonna use the obelisk to get to the Slayer Cave, because when I use the burning amulet here, like I mentioned, the Chaos Elders are right over here, and they have a tendency to be right next to the teleport pretty much, and you'll get teleblocked instantly. So, this will be the route I'll be taking. Okay, so an hour and 6 minutes later, and I'm about to finish transferring all 70 hard clues. Yeah, that's the only downside about doing this here, because it just takes so much time to transfer it all. But in the end, it's definitely worth it if you're trying to go for a much cheaper alternative to Ninja Implings. So before I start my hard clues, I'm gonna go get myself a quiver again. And it's been a long time since I've been here, since my last video of doing it. So I think like 4 months. But hopefully I can just do a one and done type of thing. It wouldn't be a tuna video if I was good at what I do. So I was really rusty since it's been a long time. I ended up dying quite a lot and it took me 3 hours to get my quiver back. Oh man. It took me way longer than I would like to admit to get this back. But Dishonest Quiver obtained, and now I gotta parch it again and bless it and all of that. Easy 83 mil loss, and my Dishonest Quiver is back. Alright, yeah, let's not do that again. That was so painful. So I bought my first batch of Ninja Impling jars. I bought my first batch for 60 mil for 230 jars, and 143 mil for 2,000 jars. So I will be keeping track on how much money I'm spending on buying Ninja Impling jars, since I am curious. I do wonder if I could get to my goal of 3,000 before I go broke. Now I could have bought Magpie Impling jars, but those give hard clues at a rate of 1 in 50, and the price is pretty much half of Ninja Impling jars, so it's essentially the same exact thing as buying Ninja Impling jars, but you'll be getting hard clues at half the speed, so it is essentially just a time waster. You're coping really hard if you're buying that instead of Ninja Impling jars, like honestly. Here's another batch of Ninja Impling jars. So I've been wondering for a while how many clues I can complete in an hour with my setup. So I'm going to be testing that out, and this is also assuming all the clues are already here, of course. So opening Impling jars won't be taken into the equation, since I'm sure most people don't have the money for that. But yeah, the amount of clues I can complete in an hour will definitely vary, since there are some clue steps that are complete ass. So I'll be doing a few tests. But I'll be starting once the timer hits 4 minutes. So my 1 hour is almost up, and I'm not going to complete this step. I know it's a waste of time since I'm already here, but oh well. For the sake of demonstration, I have all of these left, so I need to count how many I did so far, and I'll be right back. So within that hour, I completed 19 clues, which seems pretty decent. If anything, the one step I did ignore was the agility pyramid step. I only had one of them, so Yeah, I didn't even bother with this clue. But otherwise, I'm not going to get in depth of the process, not until I do more tests and I have a 100% for sure setup, because usually you use range for doing clues, but hard clues, I think melee is actually best in slot, but I still need to do more tests to see. So I just bought 500k worth of cannonballs, and I definitely doubt all of them is going to be used strictly for wildy hellhounds. I'm sure I'm going to be using it for other content, but I decided I wanted to keep track of this too, so I spent 116 mil. Another ninja batch. Yeah, it's small, but regardless, 14 mil spent. Alright, I have the time to do a second test for another 1 hour session. I have 30 hard clues again, and I'm gonna begin immediately because it hit 32 minutes. Alright, my 1 hour is up, so within this hour, I completed 22 clues this time. Last time was, what, 17 or something like that? I don't remember. But if anything, it's an improvement. But I gotta say, I'm really loving this melee hard clue setup. Like, it feels so good because there's so many steps where you have to kill the Ceradoman wizard. And with this setup, you can consistently kill him within 2 to 3 attacks, which is really fast. Here's another batch of ninja Impling jars. Now for those who are wondering why I don't bother buying a shit ton all in one payment, they're obviously super expensive. So I would like to get these at reasonable prices. So I tend to be watching the graphs. So that way I'm not losing a little too much money too fast. So that's the reason. Ninja Impling. So today is day 2 of Wildy Hellhounds. And today I got 61 clues. I did more 1 hour tests. And then day 3 I finished 22 hard clues. And then day 4 I finished 21 hard clues. So at this point I decided that's enough testing. So with my setup, you can complete 19 to 22 hard clues an hour. Today is September 29th, and as of today, I hit my first milestone of 1,000 hard caskets, or 1,003 specifically. Also, this is something I noticed recently, but for the mega rare drops for hard clues, you can actually receive all of those in elite and master clues as well. So, all I need to do is just get the normal hard clue uniques, and then I can move on to elites or masters. So in a way, it's kind of unfortunate, mainly because my original goal was actually to do 5,000 hard clues, but now I'm definitely fixated on the idea of doing 3,000. So hopefully I get lucky and greenlog the normal hard clue section. Here's the best content right here. More ninja Impling jars. 1,000 for 73 mil, 1,000 for 74 mil, and 1,000 for 73 mil. Looking through the collection log and seeing what pieces of content drop hard clues, I noticed the Chaos Fanatic drops hard clues and I never greenlogged it. So I thought I might as well greenlog this. I could get the pet if lucky, but otherwise I'm mainly aiming for the shards. And both of the shards drop at a rate of 1 in 256, so I don't imagine I'll be here for too long. Now, for the gear and setup I'll be using, I just took this off the wiki and altered it a little bit, but otherwise, I'll be losing about 500k. The main thing I added is runes for thralls and death charge, and also a ring of wealth, so I have an improved chance for hard clues, which is the main purpose why I'm doing this. So yeah, let's begin this grind. So the Chaos Fanatic is very close to the Chaos Altar and is in deep wilderness. And for the fight, it's very simple. Just pray mage, and when he shoots, yeah, right there, that green special attack, just run away. And that's pretty much it for the fight. Otherwise, he has a mechanic where sometimes he'll unequip an item that you're wearing. So that's why you want a full inventory. So that's why I have pies for food. And that's it for the fight. Alright, got a malediction shard and a hard clue. Since the malediction shard is worth some money, I'm just gonna bank and come back. It's not like it takes that long to get here. Ooh, is this boss boring? So I'm gonna end this session. I got 95 kills. I was hoping to get more hard clues, but it is what it is. So I wanted to try something different. I wanted to try opening 1,000 Impling jars and seeing how many hard clues I can obtain. If I'm on rate, it should be 40 clues. I know there's RNG, so I could get more or less, so this test is probably pointless. Also, I have 6 on the ground right now, so ignore those. 1,000 Impling jars later, and I got 38 hard clues, so I got scanned by 2, but that's RNG for you. What is with this wall, by the way? This shit keeps disappearing. Oh shit, where do you come from? Well, I have like no food, so the chances of me surviving this is very low. No way I made that out alive. Okay, cool. Oh shit, I should... Okay, whew. My health is super low. Alright, cool. Redemption procced. So now I should have time to go to the bank, get a house tab, and leave. I'm here right now at Iraq sites. I want something to kind of AFK, but also get hard clues. And I still need the Arania boots from Iraq sites, so it'll be a 2-for-1. I don't know the best spot. I guess I'll just try here. So, since I'm not on a Slayer task, the drop rate for the boots should be doubled. I don't know what the drop rates are on the top of my head, but I'll put it on screen. So, even though the drop rates may be doubled, this is still pretty good to AFK. It's just pray melee, with full cannon whenever you need to. But hopefully I could be here for a decent bit. Oh man, of course the one thing I didn't want to be spooned on, and I end up getting it. I didn't even get much hard clues either. Oh well. Well, that's the end of this grind. See, I was not here for long at all. I actually got really lucky. And the Arania boots have sold for 11 mil. Between days 3 to 5, I killed 2,164 hellhounds, and I got 81 hard clues. It wasn't too much those days because I had quite a few short sessions. I am in quite a predicament. I'm on my alt account right now, and I have an elite clue step at the Fountain of Rune. And on Tuna, I accidentally teleported there with my gear on. So I'm trying to plan things out on how to get out safely. Thankfully my inventory is deposited, but even so, I am risking a bit. And what also doesn't help is that I'm pretty much in multi the whole time, from the Fountain of Rune all the way to where I'm at. So, yeah, it's sketch. So where this red line is pretty much signifies between multi and singles. So right now I'm in singles. So if I were to cross this line, the double sword right there, that means I'm in multi. And it also doesn't help that this area specifically is near Callisto. So I'm sure peak carriers could be hopping around here as well. Oh, I'm stressing out a little. Okay, I thought about a little bit more. I'm gonna trade 3 of my items to Tyrell so the risk is mitigated. Oh god. Okay, we're safe. I'm gonna trade you real quick. Alright. Why am I trading? I told myself I was gonna go far. Alright, whatever. Let's just get this over with. Trade those. Alright, that's safe. So I don't have to worry about my ult here. Now if I die... well, as long as I keep protect item on, I'll only lose a mil. And I guess just... I'm gonna take off some gear so I look a little bit noobish. Kill this guy. Wait. Am I an idiot? What am I... Like... I am not thinking rationally at all. I should have just left. Why am I trying to complete this step? Holy, I am stupid. Whatever, alright, done. Let's get out of here. Let's hope I'm safe. Alright, approaching level 30 wilderness. Can I actually use the Slayer ring? Please tell me. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, I am safe. Oh, jeez. 69 mil. And 43 mil. So if I didn't trade those 3 items, I could have potentially lost those. So I'm glad I thought about trading myself. Oh, I'm gonna be like double checking next time to make sure I deposit my gear. I don't know how I didn't notice that, but yeah, I don't want to do this shit ever again. Okay, well, Despite that overly dramatic wilderness situation, I finally got myself a Chivalry Prayer Step, which is the best for elite clues, Sherlock elite clues at least. I've been trying to hunt for this clue step for a long time now. I swear I've been getting like every other Sherlock step but this. But whatever, what matters is that I got it, and I'm just gonna be delusional and pretend that Jagex gave this to me thanks to my wilderness encounter. Thanks, Jagex! So another piece of content that drops hard clues and also something I haven't greenlogged is Glau's experiments. I did this a long time ago, done 81 kills and got a Zenite shard. And I think the rarest drop here is 1 in 1500, something like that. But otherwise, demonic gorillas attack with all 3 combat styles and they use protection prayers, so you have to kill them with 2 different combat styles. So I got full melee and a 4-way range switch. I pretty much took this setup from the gear Discord. And yeah, that's about it. Let's get started. Alright, new collection log, light frame. Ooh, ballista limbs. Give me that. Oh, don't kill me, please. Alright, cool. New collection log, ballista limbs. For those who've never opened an Impling jar before, the process is simple. Impling jars are the best way to get any clues. So what you do is withdraw a few. I usually do 10, then spam click to loot. And then you'll get loot, and then every once in a while you get a clue, and then when you do, you get this message. And this message used to never be a thing, so it's nice that it is. But once you get a clue, what you can do is just drop it on the ground, do the rest of the Impling jars, deposit the loot, withdraw Implings, and repeat. And then for the clues that I personally drop on the ground, it'll stay on the ground for a whole hour, and then even if you log off, the timer will pause, so you can build up a lot of clues this way and then do them whenever you want. So that's all for the process, in case anyone's actually interested in how this whole thing works. As for the actual clue solving process itself, I was gonna go over it, but there's so much I can go over that this will take like probably 10 plus minutes. So I decided that I'm just gonna save most of the nitty gritty details for a different video, a video that's strictly for hard clue solving. But if anything, the hard clue solving process involves having the best teleports in your inventory. So teleports that are used for more than one clue step is what you want to have in your inventory. And then there's the Ceradoman Wizard, which you have to fight a lot during hard clues. With full melee, you can kill the wizard within 2 to 4 attacks on average, which makes the melee setup extremely good. And then for the wilderness, I save all the wilderness steps for last, since the wilderness involves you de-gearing and utilizing the death mechanic, which is a lot faster than simply trying to teleport out in most cases. So that's the gist of hard clue solving. It's pretty simple, but a lot of it just boils down to memorization since there is a lot to do, if you want to be efficient that is. Alright, it is October 15th and I've officially hit 1500 caskets, which means I'm halfway done. From this point on, I do want to take hard clues more seriously, so this should be the main focus, and I'm hoping to get this next 1500 done by next month. I'm still buying Impling jars, and I have I actually have a few things in the Grand Exchange, so I still have an okay amount of money, so I'm not that broke, and I'm buying 5,000 Implings right now. But since money is definitely depleting at a pretty gradual rate, I may actually have to stick to Hellhounds relatively soon, but otherwise, I'm making pretty good progress at least. Combat achievements for Mokhaiotl have came out, and I'm just gonna finish them real quick. From what I've seen, they all seem pretty simple to do. Okay, finish the combat achievement that involves not losing any prayer points. I just tanked everything, it was simple enough. So I'm gonna attempt to do 3 at once. One of them is using only the glacial tortellini, whatever the fuck that's called. Another one is not getting damaged at all. And the other one is not having any of the ice special attack things shatter. Alright, and all 3 of those are completed. And the last combat achievement completed, which is to kill the boss 10 times without leaving. Well, that was easy. It was a nice little 10-minute task, I finished the rest of those in under 10 minutes. It's been a while since I've been at jellies last, but with the new prayer regeneration potion, I want to test it out and see how good it is, because there are times where I'm at work and I do need to AFK for quite a bit, and cannoning hellhounds is not the best choice. So there'll be times where I do jellies and time where I do hellhounds, and I've shown this setup plenty of times. It's just void, and I have a lot of prayer bonus. But if anything, I want to see how long I can AFK without having to use a restore. So I went and tested it out, and it was very good. If you take a look at my prayer points, like, it's practically not depleting, or if anything, super slow. Now, the only thing I didn't take into consideration is the fact that I have to click the prayer regeneration potion when it runs out. But even so, when it runs out, I could still be AFK for a long time. So that's the main thing that matters. So this was my first time trying out the prayer regeneration potion, and I'm getting ideas on what else I can use with it. But for now, we're doing it at jellies. Okay, finished my AFK session for the day, and I got 48 hard clues. Now, I did miss out on 6 of them, unfortunately. I was AFK a little too long, but it's quite a lot for today, 8 hours. Within the next 3 days, I did random mixtures of jellies and hellhounds, but in the end, I got 138 clues, and I ended up missing out on 8 clues due to being AFK for too long. But since I was doing jellies again, that means I'm getting dark totem pieces, so whenever I end my AFK week, that means I go right back to Scotizo. Oh, collect. Oh, wow. Dark totem. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. Sweet. Now, I just got the jar left for Scotizo, and then I can officially be done with this boss. At 145 KC, I got the totem. Man, this is one of the saddest anime moments of all time. On my last Scotizo kill, I forgot to drop my hard clue in the bank, so that hard clue on the ground is from last kill. So when I kill this Scotizo, I'll get this other hard clue, and one of them is gonna have to stay here forever, ever. It is October 21st, and I am now officially hitting 2,000 caskets. So 1,000 more caskets to go, and money is getting tight. And I really hate to set myself back, because I've been in that position in the game where I've had so much money that I don't need to sell gear whenever I start to get broke, or whenever I decide to change different pieces of content. Like, I don't want to be stuck in that situation again. So I think I'm gonna have to stick to the Hellhounds route at this point. Okay, well, I literally just started this trip. Like, literally my first kill. Well, that means Chaos Fanatic, or whatever, yeah, Chaos Fanatic, he is now officially green logged. Oh, I guess it's not technically green logged, since I still need the pet, but it's better to just kill the Chaos Elemental at that point, because the drop rate's way higher. But otherwise, I'm done with Chaos Fanatic. But yeah, I literally just started the trip, like I said, so best quick trip ever. Alright, heavy frame. I literally just got here as well, like, last kill, I just got the Odium Shard, and now I literally just got here and got the frame as well. Call me Mr. Finishes Fast, right? Okay. Heavy frame. Dude, what is going on? It's been like, I think 10 minutes since I got my first heavy frame, and heavy frame is one of the rarest drops here, 1 in 1500. But I am just getting spooned on drops. Since I finished Chaos Fanatic, I decided, why not just finish Chaos Elemental, so that way I can have 2 boss slots green logged. So I'm gonna try to get the pet. Now the pet drops at a rate of 1 in 300, and it shouldn't take that long to get, especially since there was an update, I don't know how long ago, where the respawn timer for the Chaos Elemental was increased, because before it used to take a long time to respawn. But anyways, I'll be having an alt account do the Redex Method, so that way the Chaos Elemental doesn't move, and it would be preferred to have more DPS alts, but I don't think this will be worth to bond an account for, and I'm just gonna test my luck and see if I can get this at a reasonable time. So for the gear and setup, I just took this setup from the Pet Core Discord, so I have a good amount of DPS, and I'll be losing about 22 mil, but if I do protect item, I should be fine, so I'm not too worried. And also with this Redex method, I should technically be able to log off if I see a PKer, but otherwise I'll just get started, and first I gotta set up the Redex method on my alt account. Okay, I've been trying to set this up for a while, and I am failing hard, but what this method entails is just dropping an item under the Chaos Elemental, and then clicking the item that you dropped, which is a Redex, and then opening the house interface. Okay, seems like I finally got it. So with this Redex method, the Chaos Elemental will be stuck, so that means you can use your main account to attack from afar and not get damaged. Okay, I wasn't told this apparently, but you have to Redex the Chaos Elemental on its spawn, because if you do it at a random spot, like, it's not going to be Redexed. So now that it's killed, I gotta set it up again and make sure it's on its spawn, which is that red X up there. Alright, looks like everything is set up now, so... Oh, okay, there's a PK over there. So with this Redex method, bam, log off. Since I'm not getting attacked from the Chaos Elemental since I'm out of sight, I can just do that when I see a PKer, which makes this Redex method really good. And with the Chaos Elemental spawning around this general area, and also just roaming around this area for that matter, like, no PK is gonna spawn around here. They usually tend to spawn around the Rogue's Castle. So this should be a really chill grind, because doing this solo is not fun at all, especially if a team pops up. 100 kills. I'm making good progress, and sure, I'm making 87.8 kills an hour, but I'm gonna bond an account for additional DPS. I don't want to be here for that long, honestly. If there's one thing I hate about this method is the bots, because they keep running on and off screen, which keeps triggering my Wilderness Player alarm plugin. And I know, ooh boo-hoo me, gotta complain about something. If you have an alt account here, you can use it to resupply yourself, but since I have to juggle clues every 50 minutes, it's the opposite in this case where I resupply my alt. But otherwise, so far I've been able to maintain 50-minute trips, and with my alt account, it restores my main account's prayer using the stat restore boost potion, so bonding my alt account was definitely a good idea. Right before the drop rate. Oh, amazing. So with the pet out of the way, the Chaos Elemental and Chaos Fanatic are both green logged. So my boss log is not looking great. I still have a lot of content to do. So here's the loot tracker, got 274 kills within almost 3 hours, made 10 mil, I did not collect anything besides the dragon pickaxe and the elite clues. Okay, change of plan once again. I decided I'm only going to transfer my clues when I'm at home, because I'm losing out on so much opportunity. Getting teleblocked by the Chaos Druids and using Chrome Remote Desktop on my phone, both are complete ass. And then I also have to do my job at times, which... oh please, don't make me do my job. So all that wasted time could be spent farming for clues instead, which is what I'm going to be doing. So the solution I found is to bring an alt account, have the alt account drag the Chaos Druids away, and since they'll be aggroed, I don't have to worry about them wandering around the Burning Amulet teleport. I can't believe it actually took me this long to come up with a solution like this, but since I'll be opening Impling jars a little bit less frequently, I should be saving money as well, so it's not a bad trade-off technically. The goading potions have been in the game for a while, and they were pretty expensive, but nowadays they're pretty reasonably priced, so I want to test them out at Hellhounds for when I can't cannon them, so I'll be doing a 1-hour test. And these goading potions, what it does is that non-aggressive monsters within a 9x9 radius become aggressive towards you, and after a while, Hellhounds will become unaggressive, specifically 10 minutes, so this is why it'll be useful to use this potion otherwise. So the 1-hour test is finished, so subtract 1 hard clue from this because I got one before the test. I ended up getting 9 hard clues. So within 1 hour, I killed 232 Hellhounds, and with a drop rate of 1 in 30 since I completed the hard combat achievements. You should be getting 9 clues an hour, and this is assuming you're not getting interrupted by PKers, of course. So yeah, I am locking myself to Hellhounds. So as the days continued, I've been noticing a problem. I used to not get PK'd often, but nowadays, I am getting PK'd quite a bit. So this is just an assumption, but I assume I got scouted out. So people have been going after me because of that. So I ended up changing my setup a bit. So I was looking through potential setups to use, and the two I was debating between was Black D'hide and Missouri Top. And if you take a look at the DPS, like, I'm not losing much time overall in the end. So I decided to go with Black D'hide. Missouri Top would have been good, but I losing out on so much prayer bonuses without devout boots, because if I were to go Missouri Top with devout boots, devout boots will be my +1 if I don't have protect item on, and there's a high chance I won't since I'll be AFKing or I might get smited, so I don't want to risk that. So I went with the Black D'hide route. So days 8 through 11, within 32ish hours, I've killed 6,109 hellhounds, and I've acquired 246 clues that week. I was not paying attention apparently, but today is October 28th, and I am at 2,500 Hard Caskets. Oh, I am so close. I'm getting really excited. Like, I seriously can't wait to open all of these. We are hitting the home stretch. It is November 3rd. And for the last 75, I also ended my AFK for the week. For the last 75 or 73, because I have two right here, I'm going to be opening Impling jars. I am broke, 30 mil, but I do have almost 2,000 worth of Impling jars in the Grand Exchange, so this should be enough to finish off the last 73. Okay, I have finally hit my goal of 3,000 Hard Caskets. 3,005 technically, because I don't know how to count, because I was just spam clicking jars. But anyways, I started this grind on September 11th, and I originally had 549 caskets, and today is November 4th, so it's almost been 2 months, and within those 2 months, I completed 2,456 clues. So that's a lot of clues for 2 months, and it really does go to show how long a grind like this can take, even though I was doing the fastest method at times, but yeah, I am psyched to finally have this complete, and as much as I want to open it, it may be a few weeks from now, unfortunately, because I plan on streaming this. So if you made it this far, on December 7th, which is a Saturday, I will be streaming me opening the 3,005 caskets. I really hope this doesn't take me 2+ days, so I'll try to finish it in 1 day. But if you can make it, I will be there on Saturday, and I hope to see you there as well. So I made sure to keep track of all the ninja implings that I bought for this grind, and in the end, I bought 31,467 ninja implings. As for how much money I spent, I'll put the full number on screen, but otherwise, I spent 2.2 billion GP on ninja implings. So yes, if I haven't emphasized enough, it's a very expensive grind. Now, let's take a look at the loot tracker. So here's the loot tracker. I was gonna make a joke with the dragon claws, but I don't feel like it anymore, so let me remove that. So with the loot tracker, this is all the Impling jars that I opened throughout my time playing this game. So there is an additional 4,000 logged. But even so, in total, I've received 1,498 hard clues. Unfortunately, I did miss out on 7 hard clues because I didn't realize I had one in my bank and I kept spam clicking jars. And then when I opened my game tab, that's when I saw that, yeah, I missed out on 7. But otherwise, I think this is on rate, since there's a 1 in 25 chance of getting a hard clue. Okay, yeah, so with this amount of Impling jars opened, I should have received 1,420, so that means I'm at least 78 over rate, which is obviously a good thing. And then there's the quote-unquote profit for ninja implings, and I made 544 mil from opening them. But that's all for the loot tracker, and like I said, I'll be streaming this December 7th, which is on a Saturday, and I hope to see you there.